China's Rise. Today's article in focus, Chinese IR Scholarship as Relational Epistemology in the Study of China's Rise by Hongzhen Wang. Since the 1980s, China's rapid economic development has prompted intense discussion about China's ability to transform its economic power into global political power. In fact, many IR theorists believe China will soon become the world's dominant superpower. The literature on the rise of China is vast, so today we will focus on one paper in particular, Chinese IR Scholarship as a Relational Epistemology in the Study of China's Rise by Hongzhen Wang. Hongzhen Wang is a professor of political science at the National Cheng Kung University of Taiwan, who specializes in China studies and international relations theories. Wang has also worked and studied abroad, including in the USA and Germany. This article and its author cannot be easily categorized into any one thought tradition. Typically, international relations theorists subscribe to one of the main theories in the IR canon, so their work can be situated in a wider thought tradition. But with Wang's work, this isn't an easy task. His work borrows ideas from various theories. His emphasis on the role of domestic politics is shared by liberalism, his belief in the power of ideas is similar to constructivism, and his criticism of established Western IR theories is much like post-colonialism. But categorizing Wang's work into any one of these theories would be a mistake. Rather than expressing a particular opinion, Wang's article offers the reader an overview of the various theories academics in the West and China have developed in response to China's rise. Furthermore, Wang's focus on epistemology in his article demonstrates a somewhat meta-theoretical approach. In his article, Wang outlines 6 major perspectives on China's rise, 2 Western and 4 Chinese. Western perspectives, Group 1. Western theorists belonging to Group 1 subscribe to a traditional view of IR that focuses on the shifts and balance of power between states and the threats or opportunities these shifts create for states in the international system. These theorists perceive a decline in US political power and an increase in Chinese political power. Group 1 theorists fear China will dominate its regional order and damage or destroy existing democracies. Western theorists in Group 2 are more sympathetic towards China. These theorists see China's rise as an opportunity to form new alliances to counter existing West-centric discourses. They criticize the current IR discourses for focusing too heavily on the West. Despite the obvious differences between Group 1 and 2, they share certain key epistemological similarities. Both groups assume the primary importance of the nation-state and the pursuit of national interest in IR. Furthermore, Groups 1 and 2 conceive of China as a rational actor. These assumptions are commonly held in Western IR theories, but Wang suggests we look to Chinese IR scholarship and consider an alternative relational epistemology. Chinese perspectives. 1. Creating hybrid discourses in the 1980s. Key ideas from this period include creating a hybrid IR discourse, drawing on and learning from Western ideas and experiences, but also integrating Chinese realities. Sinicization of Marxism, an attempt to create socialism with Chinese characteristics. Note, Deng Xiaoping and the CCP played a key role in encouraging the development of hybrid discourses, as they wanted to develop an operational foreign policy orientation to complement their modernization program. Here are a number of key thinkers and authors. 2. Adopting Western IR while retaining a sense of self in the 1990s. Key ideas from this period include the widespread adoption of US IR concepts, but still emphasizing Chinese culture. Liang Xudai's concept of Ziju, or consciousness, centered on the idea of China's specific needs and circumstances as great power, a great socialist power, and also a developing country. And Marxism and government policy continuing to play a large role in this period. Here are a number of key thinkers and authors. 3. Initial formation of a Chinese IR school in the early 2000s. Key ideas from this period include the Chinese desire to challenge American hegemony in international relations and politics. Contrast Western culture, supposed emphasis on power, black and white judgment, and confrontation, with Chinese culture, supposed emphasis on victims, harmony, compromise, and finding common ground. China's peaceful rise, and an idealized view of China and its role in the international community. Here are a number of key thinkers and authors. 4. Universal agendas and the call for relational governance in the late 2000s. Key ideas from this period include relationality, a key concept with ties to Chinese Confucian ideals. A relational view of international politics emphasizes the importance of relationships between actors. According to this theory, actors in international relations will take into consideration the interests of others in addition to their own self-interest. Jianzhe, an ancient Chinese concept literally meaning all under heaven. When applied to modern international relations, this refers to the idea that the whole world is the primary unit in international politics, and current focus on the nation-state is a specifically Western phenomenon. And a benign power or humane authority coming to power to replace a corrupt global hegemon and reinstate a universal global order. Conclusions to take away from this paper include that this paper provides a useful overview of IR theories of China's rise. It identifies an important link between China's IR discourses and China's self-perceived international role, and it demonstrates how much our understanding of IR differs depending on whether we use a rational or relational epistemology.